Now, for those of you who's familiar with this room, well, I found something that I've never shown on camera in the other videos. Hold on. I found this little rusted door thing on this brick pillar. And, yeah, something that intrigues me is what caused this to rust. I don't know. Maybe it's from the fact that moisture got in here from those vent bars that are covered up in stuff. But okay, here's a little thing. Number 30, 5x7. If I had to guess, the 5x7 is the measurement for it to. Okay, let's open it up. Now, first, before we look in, this is the back of the door. And here's what it looks like inside. Well, with all the stuff in there. Looks like a bunch of burnt building material, wood, and rock-like materials. Some others in this house have theorized that this could have been part of the chimney, which I find it odd that this would be located in the attic, and that would be this small. Yeah. Here it is. There's quite a bit of spider webs. I'm gonna see if I can get some of this out into this container. Of course, obviously with this paper towel to keep my hand from getting dirty, so hold on a sec. Also, the first time I discovered it, this little rock here fell out. Yeah, so hold on a moment. Okay, take two. This glove was kind of causing problems with me holding the camera. Of course, I was using this. And so far, here's how far. See part of my bad camera shot. Here's the door still open. Here's how far I've gotten in there. And there's still quite a bit of things in there. So far, what I found it was, well, during the first batch, I found a bunch of burnt rocks and stuff that had a bit of black at certain areas, at certain surfaces. And then I started finding these really old burnt charred wood that been heavily charred to the point that some of the black is shining. Yeah. And also something odd I found was this part of a skeleton that must have belonged to a little rodent, and who knows how long this rodent had been decomposing in this thing. And I can tell you that rodent definitely did not have fun. And yeah, I can tell that's part of a skeleton by these little crooked rib cage, the spine, and here's the tail. Okay, so here, hold on a little bit. Okay, I decided to stop using that pro flashlight, and the camera flashlight works much more. I gotten more out of there, and now you can see the metal walls. Apparently links up to these pipes, to these two pipes out here. So it's a pretty awkward design, since normally, yeah, I would assume that this is where fires were happening to keep it warm, but if that's the case, smoke would have gone out this and that pipe, and then just ventilate over to that area to where that vent is, or either that very old window was open. Yeah, this is probably about as far as I plan to go today, but yeah. Yeah, I could tell that the metal is heavily rusted and burnt on the inside. And yeah, I need to clean off my hands soon. And this is all I found, like a bunch of rocks, small bit of metal, some burnt wood, and the fossil that's the fossilized remain of a rodent that is buried somewhere in here now. So yeah, I'll put this back where it was before. So yeah, this and the glove took a heavy beating. But don't worry, this glove can be cleaned off and used again sometime. So that's it for this thing. Also, just a heads up, I do have plans to clean this jug that's been sitting in the corner for who knows how long and gathered a bunch of webs and dust. And sometimes when I look at it, I can tell it was once clear. So far it says 1 gallon. See if there's any other wording. No, there's no other wording. It just says 1 gallon and there's this thing. If I had to assume, I guess this must have been a moonshine bottle at one point. Well, moonshine jug, since this perfectly looks identical with this little thing here, the top, and the shape in general, except without the three X's. Alright, that's it for video. I'm gonna get this out here and clean my hands.